Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host Red. I got a video today from Replicant Fish. Everybody loves him. I love him. His wordplay is amazing. And men with no hose. What are we doing? I don't have hose. You guys have hose? If you do, I'm not judging, but the ones without hose, what are we doing? What's wrong with us? Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
Men with no garden hose. Garden hose?
What?
I have to say it like that. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing with all that free time?
Whatever I want to do.
Men with no hose. Where are you? What are you doing? Get your ass over here.
Okay, this thought here as a young
That was aggressive.
man messed with me.
You get no bitches.
Because from my perspective, if I were not out pursuing women, I was not living life.
Story of my life.
Again,
Yeah.
if I were not out pursuing women, chasing women, I were not living life. This entire thought process, from the age of about 20 to about 25, for those 5 years of my life made me pretend that I was not who I was. Now, did I get my share of women? Did I have my fun? Yes, I did. Did I run through hoes? Yes, I did. Was I happy? No.
You get what you want something else.
No, I was not happy.
I didn't do this in my 20s. I got married pretty early, like 21. So I didn't run through hoes. I actually probably, my body count was maybe 2 or 3 before I got married. So it's funny that, how society pushes men and women to just sleep around in their early 20s. Like, I didn't experience that. And it's not saying I didn't experience it after the divorce. I did run through a little bit of women, but I also, like how Fish says, I wasn't happy. I kind of hated it. I miss the intimacy between one person. The one person that that you've been with a long time, that you have sex with all the time, that knows you a little bit more in and out than just running through women. Running through women was so empty. It was so unsatisfying. This is why I don't push this lifestyle. Not saying that some men won't enjoy it. I did not personally enjoy it. It doesn't really add to your growth overall just to run through women. If you really build connections and try to make relationships work with women, I think you grow a little bit more than just running through women. And I know not everybody has this ability to run through women, especially men out there, but it's not as great as you guys think it is. If I spent my early 20s to 30s, not being married and not doing, family stuff, I would be so much more successful because I would have taken more risk. I would have, went through different job paths, career paths, because I went more stable ways.
Why was I not happy? Got my lips and wet, but still weren't happy. Why?
It's not who you are.
Because in that time, in those 5 years, all of this nerd stuff you see on my channel, the whole replicant stuff, cyberpunk, video games, and sci-fi, the egg. I pretended for those 5 years none of this existed. This was not me. I am not this man.
Bruh.
Now, why on earth would I do that? Neglect and pretend to not be who I am for women. Obviously, I did it for women, to get women. Obviously, in the thought that being a nerd would reduce my options and whatever.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I realized after a while it was very dumb. It was stupid for me to ever pretend I wasn't who I was just for validation. Just for validation, because that's what it was. I was seeking woman after woman, not because I really wanted to, but it was just more for validation, for women to validate me.
Disgusting.
I 100% agree. This is exactly what I did after my divorce, was seek validation. I was just like, man, am I not a catch? Do I look ugly? Do I, what's wrong with me? That's how I felt. And I didn't date until 6 months-ish after my divorce and everything. And it felt somewhat good, but empty at the same time. It felt good to be able to get women and understand that, oh, I'm okay looking, I can get women, but it was just that empty sex that kind of just made me feel. Mm.
That's all it was. It took me a while to realize it, but yeah, eventually when you realize it's like it's probably too late by then. You blew it up! So admittedly, I can admit, for years of my life as a young man, I pretended to not be a nerd, pretended to be this other dude, like I was the man, please. Bullshit. Fucking dickhead. In pursuit of women. Why on earth would I spend hours playing a video game? Yeah. When I could be out here clubbing, going out places, venturing places, going on dates, having sessions with groups of friends, hanging out, just being a young man, getting in there and living life, and hoes everywhere. Because, you know, you got to get pussy in it. As a young man, you got to get pussy. That's what it's about. Talk to your friends now. We're going to get some pussy. I am a man. I need it. So, yeah. Okay. Now, I say all of that to make the point. If you're a man with no hoes, do not let that affect you. Do not think as a man you're not living life. Because the other end of it is not living life either. You're sort of lying to yourself. I was lying to myself, which is why I don't pretend who I am anymore. I imbue my entire channel with who I am. Do I care anymore? No, I don't. Don't give a fuck anymore. Maybe it's because I'm too old. Maybe because I realize that it's all for nothing. Never stop being who you are for anyone. To this day! Fuck people. There are a lot of sad and depressed people out there who do not have an ounce of your joy in life. Why on earth would you stop being who you are for them? For who? These losers? No, please.
That is bullshit.
Please. So in the end, after those years of pretending to be this fake dude that I wasn't, even though I got women, I realized it was fucking stupid. I let the thoughts of not having women sort of ruin me, made me become someone that I definitely was not. I learned a lot about women, but in the end, girlfriends, real genuine girlfriends, they were always far better and superior to just random chicks you're sleeping with.
One good girl is worth 1,000 bitches.
And I think that was the best lesson I learned from all those years of pretending to be this fuckboy. Look, I enjoy women, I can't lie, but I'm never going to stop being who I am for women. Seeking validation as a man, yeah, that can make you do a lot of fucked up stuff.
My husband said he was going for a workout, but he's been at the gym for 6 hours. This is why he's buff. Not gonna lie, I'm not even mad.
Men with no hose. Where are you? What are you?
Gym, working, taking care of responsibilities and priorities, possibly building businesses, trying to leave behind a legacy, building the life that they want so they can establish the future necessary.
All of the above. All of the above, man. This is what we all should be doing.
And some of them are even so lost that they're kind of just trying to figure out what to do with their life.
That's
but
okay,
a vast
too.
majority of the good men out there who don't have any hoes, they're just doing life.
Exactly right now at my big age, I'm living life, enjoying life, making content, working on my house, reading more books than I probably should, working out damn near every single day, probably a bit too much, eating good, and just living life and enjoying myself. Being good. Plus, I have a child as well. So being a dad as well, an active dad. I don't see my son once every 2-3 weeks. No, an active dad.
I'll always be here for our son. Always.
I see my son constantly. So yeah, I'm a busy man, staying focused. And plus, Starfield is coming out soon. So, Starfield. So, I'll get to waste a few nerd hours, probably a couple hundred, in space, in a game, somewhere. But fuck yeah.
And they're trying to do everything possible that they can in order to have a better quality of life so that way they can have the future that they desire.
Exactly.
And I would bet that every day that you go out, you probably pass one of those dudes. But they
Yep. This is 100% correct. Like, oh my God.
stay in their lane with their head down, minding their business, grinding and doing their thing because they don't want to waste time or play games.
And as a man, if you've played a lot of games or women have played games with you, you kind of get like bored, burnt out, and you just can't be bothered anymore. I just rather enjoy my single life and have fun. Now, if a lovely woman comes along, hey, yeah, okay. However, still, the focus is self.
And I would say a vast majority are probably waiting to find the right quality of woman to invest into because, like I said, they're tired of games. And the only way to find one is to be different from the majority.
Men with no hose. Where are you? What are you doing? Men with no hose. Where are you? What are you doing?
Well, we're going to make a beat. I mean, not having hoes and not having women gives you an abundance of free time, doesn't it? An abundance. My God. What will you do with it? What can you do with it? Make a beat. Make a fucking beat. Let's go.
Men with no hoes. Get your ass over here. No hoes. No hoes. No hoes. Where are you?
Living life.
No hoes. No hoes. No hoes. Get your ass over here.
Nah, I'm too busy doing me.
Men with no hoes. Where are you?
Honestly, men today they don't want to play the game. They don't want to pretend to be someone they're not in order to attract more women, right? And honestly, they don't even have to. But they also can't just sit on the couch waiting for girls to just like appear.
Exactly. Good point. And using her point to emphasize my point at the start. As a young man, I had the thought, I can't sit here and play video games expecting to find all these women.
Nope.
And all these hoes that I want. So I had to go out there and pretend, put on this act to be that guy, which was fucking stupid. Just never fucking do that, man. Be who you are. If she's not interested, it's her problem.
No one cares.
It's not yours. Be who the fuck you are. But yeah, as men, we do put on these masks, facades, these fake outer shells to attract women when deep down, that's not even who a lot of us really are.
You want to know the secret to attracting women? It's no games. It's no tactics. It's 3 simple rules. Developing a strong sense of self, right? So your authenticity and detachment from needing a girl for your own validation is the biggest attraction trigger a guy can have. 2 is owning it, right? So owning that sense of self, like setting healthy boundaries, even if that means the girl's not into it, that girl wasn't right for you to begin with.
Exactly. Again, over time, learn this the hard way. You reach a point where you say, fuck it. Like, look, I will never stop being who I am for you. Yes, as a man, you may want and need the validation that coming through a woman. But honestly, finding yourself will matter so much more because less of this bullshit matters. That's why, in the end, admittedly, a decent woman will matter more than a bunch of hoes. Any day.
And the third one, to be honest with you, is the most important. And this is what a lot of guys overlook or people overlook is patience.
Yeah.
Patience, understanding that most relationships don't work out. No matter what dating coaches tell you, you'll never be able to attract every girl that you see. It's a lie.
It's true.
And you shouldn't want to anyway. It doesn't work like that. Not all girls are the same.
And a lot of them are crap anyway. A lot of them are crap. They may look good. Jesus Christ, you get close enough, it's like, trash already, trash. Yeah, roses really smell like poo-poo. Roses really smell like shit.
Finding a girl that's worth your time does take time. And if you need guidance and accountability during that attraction trigger, this is where dating coaches come into play.
Men with no hoes. Not having hoes does not mean you're not living life. But if you're not doing anything at all with your life because you don't have women, that's you not living life because of women. Have a nice day.
Truth bombs. Fish really shared a good chunk of himself. You know, this is more of a message for the young cats out there. You know, stop chasing when you're so young. You can be doing so much more. You could be, you know, starting careers, schooling, starting businesses, learning new hustles, learning new skills, learning new trades. Those things will help you grow, help yourself, help your family, help your future family. Chasing women around, you know, giving resources to women when you're young isn't what you should be doing. You know, like, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You know, I'm just giving suggestions out that you'll be much better off in your 30s if you actually didn't focus on chasing women. I'm not saying that you don't have to. You can still set some time aside for it, but it shouldn't be your main goal. So please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.